Look at all the seed pods on this datura. And look at all of it. I'm at the Pawpaw Grove. Here they are. I had a little problem because I didn't protect the Harco nectarines. Some rabbits came in and just about ran a ring around them. I hope that this layer can recover. And I hope that this bag annoys them enough that they stop coming around. They got to the sweet cherry tree a little bit too, so same thing. Loosely wrapped baling twine is extra protection. As for the old pie cherry tree, these tips are all that might still be alive. Maybe those up there. Gotta try and propagate. I also threw everything here a little bit of manure compost and scratched it in. What this does, you can see the hot sun scorching down on that dirt, you know, and what this does, covers it up. Of course it breaks down and adds nutrition over time, but this keeps the dirt shaded from the sun so all those beneficial microbial things can thrive and do good. I have a theory it also kind of protects the worms a little bit. We know how important those are to the garden. I've already mulched around the individual plants with a straw type mulch. This is the Ruth Stout mulching method. The link in the description. See all the shade we've created under here? That's the Pawpaw Grove. This is a very special variety of honeysuckle that I got from my dad. It's called High Wheeler, and it's also got its leaves out already. Nectarine trees budding. Pawpaws are putting out their leaves. The hardy kiwi vines are starting to bud. The sweet cherry tree is budding. Hell, I'm here at the Pawpaw Grove. I believe it's the 16th of May. Let's just start with the bad news. This is my Harco nectarine tree, and the rabbits destroyed it. Let's get on with the good stuff. Here is the pawpaw tree that's got the most leaves on it right now, and every single one of the pawpaw trees are putting on leaves, and they're alive. So is my dad. This is the last living branch of my dad's sour pie cherry tree, and oh, a tart cherry. Okay, tart cherry, and you see it's got turkey tail mushrooms growing on it. I was gonna cut it right about here so that it doesn't try and put nutrition up in there, and then I'm gonna make like a couple cuts and try and air root them. And alright, so just use a knife, put a wound there and a wound there. Didn't go all the way around. Potting soil, pre-wet, pack the wound with it, wrap it with plastic, tape it up. Both wounds are packed with the wet, pre-moistened potting soil and wrapped in plastic, and I wiped off the plastic with paper towel. We're gonna tape them up. There we go. Now, in case you don't know, the concept of air rooting is that when you wound a plant, and you wrap it like wet soil, potting soil like this, you gotta keep it moist, you know, be checking on them. It will form roots here and here, and I can come along later and cut it here and here, and then this whole thing will be a plant with roots, and this whole thing will be a plant with roots. See how I just poked a few strategic holes in these so they wouldn't get like totally waterlogged on the inside, and that there's a little bit of airflow. So just took a handsaw and cut off the top. Alright, so we're keeping these guys nice and wet, watering them in, and I got some bales of hay here. What I'm gonna do is transform basically the fence line here into a big compost pit. Take these compost bins out of here, and you see this wild grapevine, all it really does is grow like a freaking maniac and start to choke out the other stuff. So what I'm gonna do is take it down off the fence, lay it on the ground, and put bales right on top of it over here. And then the bales are gonna come out on this side a little ways and back, and then the compost is gonna go right in on this side. And it's gonna choke them out. All right, you see the vines there? All cleared off the fence. All right, get the idea here. And this is really expandable, you know. To fill this part up, you just add some more, this way, this way. This is the best weeding tool. Doesn't particularly matter which brand, just get a good one. I'll show you how it works. It basically shaves under the plant, and then you just kind of just chop and drop. You just leave them. It's hard to, it's hard to do this with one hand, but you get the idea. And the best thing to do is get them when they're young. And some stuff you gotta take a chop at. Shit, bad camera angle. Alright, well, I hope you get the idea. So, I'm just doing some weeding here. This is what it looks like. It's got a nice long handle. And this is the garden. I'm gonna weed with it right now. I'm gonna leave these beautiful columbines and obviously my trees and such. This is the fastest weeding we're ever gonna do. I hope this is on camera. Basically what I have growing here is columbines and clover. You take out the clover and try and leave as much columbine as I can. I'll tell you, this will be a very fast job. Alright, that literally took me 15 minutes. I didn't have to bend down, kill my back, nothing. That's the beautiful pawpaw grove with the hay in it, just like Ruth Stout. I'm driving. This little guy was trying to cross the road, so I picked him up. Crossed him. I think I'll just put him in this little wet spot in this dude's lawn. Hopefully he don't run him over. It looks like he already hit the grass a little bit. There you go, bud. Oh. Not coming out? That's okay. See you later. Small miracle at the Pawpaw Grove. Very dead Harco nectarine tree, except it sprung a shoot. I hope it's not coming from the graft, but that's a nice shoot there. And the rest of it's growing good too. What? You got something for me? Yeah. A sweet cherry tree. My dad. Big yellow native columbines. You've seen the wild yellow columbines. Here's some other columbines that were planted from seed in different varieties out here. Pretty cool. I'm trying to get just like a patch out here, just different colors and stuff, see what they do. And my dad's special high wheeler honeysuckle, non-invasive, is getting May 5th, 2019, Pawpaw Grove. Trim back the branches that were shading too much on the mulberry tree. Here's my miraculous sprout from the Harco nectarine tree, and it's protected properly with a net now and buried in at the bottom so the rabbits won't fuck it up anymore. You can see all the pawpaw trees, which will get netting also, but the rabbits do seem to leave them alone. But still, netting, better safe than sorry. And this, I'm in New York State, Zone 5, pawpaws. This is a berry bush. Pawpaws are a Native American tropical tree. You can see these leaves, but they're very cold hardy up in Zone 5 too. So they're all doing real good. Compost pit. And got the Stella sweet cherry netted in as well. Oh yeah, that high wheeler honeysuckle getting ready to pop. Now this is a bunch of plants that did extremely well, planted extremely close together. All I did was dig out a trowel about 2 years ago, maybe 3, filled it with like some compost, and planted these little they were like foot long whips, if that, in here. But got a grapevine, 2 varieties of blueberry. I got black and red chokeberry. I got red raspberries, blackberries. I gotta figure out what's going on here. I got pussy willow, buttonbush, arrowwood viburnum, red twig dogwood, and something else up in here. But yo, well, I'll be getting this separated soon too. Anyway, that is the mega Pawpaw Grove update, y'all. And that's me. Later.